The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the assumptions, views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host and guests do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. In addition, all copyrighted material is used without permission and will be removed with notification from the rightful owners or their agent. So there.
From the deepest depths of the interweb to all the ships at sea.
You found Just Killing Time on Radio TFI
with your hosts, John Shannon, Bill Fancher, Ed Van Ness. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
They're real and they're spectacular.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello. Good morning, kids and kittens. You found Just Killing Time here on the Radio TFI streaming networks from an abandoned Radio Shack just outside the Radio TFI Executive Tower here in Queens, New York. I'm Ed Van Ness. Joining us, as always, John Shannon and Bill Fancher. Good morning, kids and kittens. Good morning, boys.
Howdy.
We got a howdy. It's April 13th, 2025. Again, we're here. We a few little changes today. The stock market really beat us up here at the network. Mr. Mouse is apparently bought low, sold high, is off somewhere. We've lost the lease on the executive tower. We're now stuck in this abandoned Radio Shack. At least we're in the back in the loading dock. That's where we're broadcasting from today. The graphics department, everybody fired. Everybody fired. The Mouse said something
That's
about
a beautiful thing.
the audio and video departments gone. We can't find them. And as of the middle of the week, something about stock market prices and all that. Anyway, how we doing, boys?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how we're doing right about now. I just want to give a special hello to our friends out there in radio and YouTube. I got my cup of coffee and ready to go now. Nice and wired, ready to do this.
Bill, you got anything?
Nah.
All right.
Oh,
We one thing we still have is we do have the Radio TFI Market Watch. No graphics, no video this week. We had to let Gerald go. It was unfortunate. He cried the whole way out the door, saying it was all Bill's
get
fault.
an unemployment check.
That is still up for debate. That's
Okay.
there's got to be a meeting about that. All right, let's start with the stocks for this week. Everybody was up by the end of the week. Go figure. Uber closed the week at $72.28, up $7.66. Lyft closed the week at $11.03, up 19 cents. You can almost buy chips with lunch now for the price of that. Tesla closed the week at $252.24, up $12.81. And that Trump stock closed at $18.89, coincidentally the same year he was born, up $1.80. And also, having checked it last Friday, I checked it again this week. My personal 401k lost another $500 this week. Well, actually, it went up, but between last week and this week, I'm down another $500. So, by the way, speaking of money that's not going to be spent, John, this was in the news. Microsoft canceled a $1 billion plan in Ohio that was supposed to build 3 data centers, thanks to monkeying around with the stock market. So, yeah, that's that. That's
Well, I gotta tell you, I saw something here. I'm going to put it up on the table here a little bit later, but oh, I tell you, there's a lot of speculation going around about the way the stock market is bouncing up and down with these tariffs.
oh, you mean the way that suddenly everybody bought low and sold high?
Yeah, exactly.
All the billionaires that made money, including Mr. Mouse.
Mm.
Um, I said Bill is sitting there just shaking his head. And what is it, Bill? I think Bill's upset that we were
Nothing.
unable, that we can no longer afford to announce his previous wins on the pageant circuit, and there were a lot.
Nah.
Really? Doesn't bother you?
Doesn't bother me.
Okay.
You want to watch them go crazy now. I've been left kind of had with the responsibility of finding the videos for us. Unfortunately, try as I may, I couldn't find any fresh trunk monkeys.
Nope. No, all the trunk monkey, all that stuff is locked up in the vault.
I'm
The
gone.
vault is in the. We lost Bill. All that stuff is in the vault. The vault is locked up. By the way, apropos of nothing, this was a coincidence. The phone's not working today. So
Pay the bill.
no, well, we think that may be
You?
part of it. It's no joke. There's a technical issue that I was just not able to solve before we came on the air. So I think we may have to reinstall the payphone that we used to have here at the Radio Shack, at the abandoned Radio Shack. So we're very much on an austerity program here today, kids and kittens. But again, thanks for joining us. If you're watching us on the YouTube or on the Face Plant, you can comment. We will answer your comments. We'd love to hear from you. Join in. You not only can be a part of the conversation, you can be the conversation. We'll talk about you, people you know, people you love,
With
people you
pleasure.
not so much. We'd be happy to do it. But here's one I want to get into. Bill, how's your hand feeling today? Bill's thinking it over. He's lining up the shot.
You're a real smart ass, you know it?
I have my moments. I'm genuinely concerned. How's your hand feeling today?
I don't know. I can't feel it. There, you happy?
Use your fingers then.
Point
use
to where
my
the
fingers. You damn well bet.
point to where they touched you, where the bad touch was, Bill. Bill had a small minor incident the past couple of days. His dominant hand, his right hand, is not functioning as well as it could. John's dominant hand, his left hand, is not functioning as well as it
hasn't
could.
been functioning for ages.
Which leaves me as the only double-fisted sidewinder here on the big broadcast.
I got them both up.
You got them both
Come
up.
on, mofo. Come on, mofo.
Yeah, but can you do this with both hands? How about this? Oh, look at that! Bill's alive. So fun week, big week. Very good, Bill. Apparently, speaking of stocks and all the dirt bags out there, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Bill's girlfriend, is she happened to make a bunch of money on the stock market.
Oh,
Her and her mother.
Is she even smart enough to know how to manipulate stocks?
Something tells me somebody done point her in the right direction.
I was going to say.
I gotta believe that she was led to the water and thrown in.
Oh, no question about it. No question about it. But yeah, there was a screenshot the other day of all the stuff she bought. And I think it's pretty obvious now that this whole stock market debacle.
Do most of them buzz?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
You said there's a screenshot of all the things she bought, and I said, do most of them buzz? Wow. It's like pulling
Wow.
teeth. It's like
It really
pulling
is.
teeth.
And you need two good hands to do that.
Please forgive
Were
me for
batteries
that one.
included?
Stocks, my friend, stocks. She bought stocks, and
Okay. I got to be more specific.
well, of course, it's going to be interesting to see how many people in Washington D.C. made a tidy little sum last week. Because remember, this was a problem that was created by one man, and then solved. He solved the problem that he created, just like he does every time.
Oh yeah.
So, and for those of you, what was it, $6
Well,
trillion?
he didn't solve the problem. He corrected it for a moment.
Yeah. He temporarily 90 days, maybe not 90 days, maybe. We'll see which way the wind blows, and how they're feeling about each other. I was telling you guys earlier, I spent time in the cold this week. I was in the snow. And again, we're taking this topic. This bus has baloney skin tires on a winding, icy road, so we're going to be all over the place today. Yeah, I was up in upstate New York for a couple days this week, and we had for real snow. Nothing stuck, but it was coming down for hours at a time, and it was cold. At one point, it was 34 degrees with a wind chill of 15, and the wind was blowing. Oh, it was. Boy, I have lost you guys completely, haven't I?
No, not really.
Bill, I've lost. Show of hands. Show of good hands if I've lost. Oh, I'm sorry. Show of undominant hands if I've lost you. Bill's going to sit there and pretend it's not radio and just smile.
That's our buddy Bill.
That's our buddy Bill. What else you got, John? Because apparently nothing I'm bringing up is going to be.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. This, my friends, will make you happy. No matter how miserable you may feel, this will make you happy.
4 U.S. billionaires who attended Trump's inauguration lost over $1 trillion in the trade war. Number 1, Elon Musk. Since the tariffs kicked in, Musk's wealth has dropped by over $10 billion. Tesla stock keeps falling. The company's market cap is down about $50 billion. Their Shanghai Gigafactory makes tons of cars for global markets. Tesla also depends heavily on Chinese battery suppliers. Higher supply chain costs are squeezing profits. Back in March, Musk warned Trump's team that tariffs could cause chaos, but the policy stayed on track. Number 2, Tim Cook. Right after the tariffs were announced, Apple stock took a big hit. The company lost over $300 billion in market value. Cook, who holds a lot of Apple shares and options, lost about $30 million personally. About 90% of iPhones are still made in China. With 104% tariffs, production costs will jump. That probably means iPhone prices are going up. Cook managed to get a tariff exemption during Trump's first term. This time, no.
Shocking, indeed.
Well, the fact that Musk is losing money out hand over fist, that makes
Just
me
breaks
smile.
my heart.
Kind of makes me smile.
Well, it does kind of make you smile, but you got to wonder. Look, here's a guy. He loses $30 billion. Does it really hurt him? He's losing $30 billion on paper.
It's like us losing $30.
It's like getting bit by a mosquito.
Well, yeah, it's aggravating, it's annoying, but you're gonna get right over it. It's gonna pass.
Well, if you're infatuated with
like a
with
kidney
iPhones,
stone.
if you're infatuated with iPhones, be prepared for the You might pay a few dollars for your next iPhone.
You mean if we have them made here in the U.S.?
No,
Well,
y'all don't have this figured out yet, do you?
No, Bill. Why don't you tell us? Explain it to us,
No, you
Papa.
you honestly don't have it. They are going to exploit the next group of people that will work for 79 cents an hour.
Mm-hmm. Which will be
They're
retirees.
out there. They're just waiting. They're just waiting to take those jobs. They'll find another group. They're probably Aborigines or something. I don't know. And they'll bring them in and work for 79 cents an hour with no benefits and 18-hour days screwing in screws.
Little tiny screws. Tiny screws.
So yeah, little tiny screws. So because they'll be little short people and little tiny hands, and that's a particular niche, I guess, in China. But that's what they're going to do. That's how they'll beat the prices. The tariffs will just find cheaper ass employees.
Well, you could be right. Don't forget, we have old Governor DeSantis down there.
Right. Sorry.
It's okay. That's what we do now. Old Governor DeSantis down in Florida, they're already pushing to loosen up the child labor laws to let the preteens, 13-year-olds work.
Thought I heard about that.
Yeah, all sorts of crazy hours. And believe it or not, and I know a lot of people have it in their head that the state of Florida is just old people and retired, but it's not. Are there a lot of retired people there? Yes, there are. There's also plenty of families, and just it's like any place else. And well, it's not exactly like any place else in the United States, but as far as the population goes, it's families, singles, you name it. It's a pretty much a similar mix anywhere you go. So
now, Ed, you're an iPhone.
As long as they pay their Social Security taxes.
I'll try it.
Sorry, John.
That's right.
It's what we do.
And we
Go ahead,
do
John,
it
you were saying?
well.
No,
Ed, you're a iPhone guy, right?
I am. I'm an Apple guy.
Do you talk to Siri, or you
take a bite out of this?
dial like a regular phone?
I do it like a real man. I pick it up
like a real man, huh?
Like a real man.
Well, your next iPhone.
Hold on a second.
That's the funniest damn thing I've ever heard.
You got to remember, my phone's a little old. It's got a rotary dial.
Yeah, okay, that right there, that right there, that's funny. I don't care what you say.
I don't
That's
care
funny.
who you are. That's
There you go.
funny.
I got to finish it a break. He's been pissy since he showed
I
up
don't
here.
care who you are. That right there is funny.
Good, John.
So,
continue on. What was your point?
You may have to, if you go out and get a new iPhone, you may have to put up with this.
Hey, Siri.
I'm busy right now. Can I ignore you some other time?
Why always gotta be so damn mean to me?
Well, to be honest, I'm kinda jealous of you.
Oh, jealous of me, really?
Yep, it must be real nice having a nose so big you can wake up and smell the coffee. Being made in Brazil. Ha 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 ha. God damn, I crack myself up.
I do not have a big nose.
Bro, you make Pinocchio look like a cat. Your nose is so big you could smoke a cigar in the shower. That nose is so damn big, Batman uses it as the bat cave while you sleep. Every time you stop to smell the roses, you gotta stop a mile away. Your nose is so big you can smell a fart downloading before it leaves your asshole. With a nose like that, you can go bowling with your boogers.
All right, maybe it's a little larger than normal, but it's not that big, Siri.
Yeah, sure.
Well.
That's what Apple iPhone users have to look forward to.
You don't know. Listen. I will.
Getting married to Siri?
Yeah, exactly.
What, doing a radio show with Siri? No, what we need now is Alexa to round it out. So let's see. Who wants to ask Siri a question? Who wants to ask Siri a question? Hey, Siri, where can I bury a body? Oh, she's not speaking to me. Hey Siri, tell me a joke. She's not speaking.
This is definitely
Oh.
like being married.
Yeah,
God
no
damn.
kidding.
She's not speaking. She's just putting them up on the screen. So screw you, Siri. That's why we're not together anymore.
You
She-
see,
she
this
doesn't
is
treat me.
what you gotta have. This
I ain't gotta
baby
have 'em.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay, Google. Bill wants, or excuse me, Ed wants to know, how do you bury a body?
He said what? Can't hear it.
Oh, she's just giving me links and results.
Right. Right. It's not like it used to
Just
be
the
where
links and results.
The
that's it.
old gray mare, she ain't
So
what
screw
she-
you and Alexa. How about that? How about them apples? What do you think about that, huh?
Google.
That was
Screw
you
you
twisted that
and
in there. I like how you did that, you smart ass.
I do have my moments. Not many of them, and they're few and far between, but gosh darn it, I have them.
She replied with, whoops, go ahead.
It's Sunday. I worked 3.5 days this week, but I'm back. I'm rested. And I'm ready to rock and roll.
Well, good.
I'm here, baby. I'm here.
Google said it bothers
What are you
me
showing
when
off?
someone says Alexa.
Hey, I want to thank all the folks that are tuning in now that we can see. Appreciate you showing up, and if you'd like to take part in the show, whatever platform you're on, just send us a comment. If you're on the YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're anywhere else, go to YouTube, like and subscribe. You can comment there. We'd love to hear from you. No phone today. Legit phone issues. Otherwise, we'd have you call in and
apparently.
By
and
the way,
abuse
if
us
you
that
didn't
way.
know this, we're actually on Twitter again.
Yes, I do know that. I was kind of surprised.
We are on Twitter. You can make a comment. You can do little things there too if you want. I'll see them. I may answer them. We may answer them. Then
We
again, we
are-
might not.
I won't.
We are on YouTube on the Radio TFI account at Radio TFI USA. We're on the X Twitter, the Twitter X, on John Shannon's account. John, is that still John Radio TFI, or did you change it
Yes,
again?
it is. Yes, it is.
John Radio TFI. And also on Faceplant, we are on Young Mr. Fancher's account. So whatever Bill's account is over there on Faceplant, Bill, look for Bill Fancher. Look for crotchety old man number 3.
No.
I'd rather
1.2.
watch for a Mack truck.
I'm sorry, John.
I'd rather watch for a Mack truck.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but what is going on? Is somebody having a convention?
No, Barb's deaf, so she turns the TV on so the friggin' neighbors can hear it.
What?
That's good. I'm glad to hear your neighbors are listening.
What?
What?
Turn the TV down, Barb. Jeez. Hello?
Bill, now you're the only one who's- you're yelling in my ear.
Fortunately,
Sorry.
I have a volume
What is it,
control on this.
41 years.
Let
you
me
two.
get a little closer. Let me get.
Hashtag big time professional radio. That's us, man. We're back at it. We're
It always is.
I can't help it. I see the numbers going up on the live views, and I appreciate everybody showing up and taking part in it. Now I'm feeling the urge to actually do a show, and quite frankly, I wasn't prepared for one. But we'll just keep talking. No, I'm not. I've been a little upset with the boys here, and things got shut down.
Yes, let's get it out of your system.
Let's air it. You want to air our dirty one? Well,
Fine.
before I do that, I want to touch base on something from last week. John, Give us the update on what went on across the street from you last week, just before the show.
Well, we had a wee bit of an explosion outside the Central Ohio Command studio.
Some are saying they missed by one house.
Yeah, missed me by that much.
Wasn't much of a smart weapon.
Ohio MAGA
semi-literate.
is denying that it had anything to do with it, but who knows?
But what actually happened, John? Let's give us the update.
Somebody had their bicycle plugged in, bicycle plugged in a little bit too long. Oh yeah. Oh, battery for that bad boy exploded, and it was all over but the crying.
Now that is an issue
Darn.
here in New York City. We get it happen all the time. We have so many delivery people using e-bikes, and I don't mean fresh out of the box, brand spanking new, kept up to factory standard e-bikes. I mean things that are literally being held together with tape, and they're not using, in a lot of cases, they just use whatever battery they think will fit. They jerry-rig these things, and they plug them in overnight. Next thing you know, the tenement buildings are catching on fire. And yes, Bill. Yes, Bill.
You know what they use down here? You know what they use
No,
down
Bill.
here?
No, Bill. What do they use down there?
Get a horse, damn it!
Get a horse. that really
Save a
has
horse,
nothing-
ride a cowboy.
Oh boy, there you go. There you
Save
go.
a battery, get a horse.
Yeah.
But so was anybody hurt across the street, John?
No.
Damn it.
Well, that's, you say it with such disappointment in your voice.
Well,
I'm
from what
sorry,
I
it just kinda came out.
understand, the guy
Not you.
that-
I'm talking about John.
The
Who
guy
I
that
expect
lived
it from.
there, as I understand it, have been told is kind of a meth head, as I understand.
No. In Ohio?
No.
Yeah, I've heard of those
Stop.
out here. I've heard of them out
Stop.
here.
You're kidding.
Oh, what was it that I heard that he put some
Cats.
bullets? He put some bullets in a pan or some damn thing. Diane knows that story a little better than me.
I
Put
think we
some
can pretty well
bullets in a-
stop it at bullets in a pan.
We can pretty much surmise
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah, well, let's save ourselves a little time there. That at that point, any way that branches off is likely not good. There's only one good one, and
Nah.
it's unlikely. No, let's kill some
That's
time.
not
Let's
brain
put-
science.
No,
That's
It's
what
like-
we do here is kill time.
that's right. And you put a couple of bullets in a frying pan and set that sucker on high. Mm-mm-mm.
There you go.
Put them in a crock pot.
Either that or a air fryer. Just a thought.
I got to tell you, boys, I don't usually look at this kind of thing, but we have a lot of people watching us right now, and thank you for everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it, and we're going to do our level best not to let you down, but we make no promises, none whatsoever.
We're proud to be your insomniac aid here, if you will.
Chubby boy in the back with his bad hand up. That's you, Bill.
You should have been around here in Texas back in the 70s when we'd have big bonfires. We'd throw 22s in the fire to see who gets shot first.
Nice. There you go. That's deep in the heart of Texas. Yeah.
And if your beer got shot out of your hand, you lost.
Oh, well, that should be bonus points, you would think. By the way,
no, you can't
Go
shoot
ahead.
me here.
By the way, programming note, I forgot to mention it at the top. I want to get it in there. Next week is Easter, when we all celebrate the obvious connection between a guy rising from the dead, bunnies, and chocolate. It's right there. How anybody doesn't see the connection is beyond me. But we will be taking a week off next week to go bunny egg hunting.
What do you mean we? What do you mean we, white boy?
What do I mean? I mean he and me.
I ain't gonna be here.
He ain't gonna be here.
Oh, you gonna celebrate Easter?
This way, gonna do this. Yeah.
And I won't be far behind.
I've already got it planned.
So
they're going to the Queen's Catholic Church together.
Say hallelujah. Say amen. The Queen's Catholic Church? Brother, you got to come up with a better name than that.
I ain't got to do anything but eat crap and die white.
No. I go to Our Lady of Perpetual Motion, man.
That's what I was going to say. The Church of Perpetual Sorrow.
Where the hell was that church is supposedly in Queens? That old one.
Which old?
That
one?
old ratty one there. Where in coming
that one and the old one, Ed. Come on, man.
Oh, the old one. Oh,
the old one. Yeah,
the old one. Oh, there you go.
Can you be just a little bit more specific, John?
I'm thinking about Coming to America 2, where the couple were going to get married in. That one.
Where unless it was St. Patrick's.
Well, probably it was a sound stage.
Well, there's that too. It was most likely a fictional church, but the only big. Then it wasn't St. Patrick's, and I couldn't tell you. St. Patrick's Cathedral is the one everybody knows about in New York City, and that's in Manhattan on 5th Avenue and 50th Street. And,
well, for me, fictional and church are synonymous, so
I get that. I understand that. Look,
synonymous.
Synonymous.
I
like that. It's synonymous.
I was gonna give my name, but I wanted to say synonymous.
That's right.
Synonymous.
Thank you, President Trump. Many populace.
Oy, chingate.
Okay, I'm going to bring up something to bring a little gloom and doom to the show now.
Thanks, Bill. We count on you.
Explain to me. Explain to me, because MAGA Bill's going to show up if you're not careful. Explain to me how you round up all these people and you get some poor schmuck that was here legally. He's actually married to a U.S. citizen, has what, 2-3 kids? Anyway, so, my bad. We made a mistake. We'll bring him back. Nope. Can't do it.
Yeah,
Supreme Court says, yes, you will. Trump says, no, wait a minute. But here's the caveat. The Supreme Court said you will, what was the word they used?
Facilitate.
Basically, they said you will make all efforts to bring him back. And Trump said, well, you didn't tell us to facilitate it. You didn't use the word facilitate. So we won't do it.
Guys got brown
skin. And the president of El the president of El Salvador is coming to the White House next week. Just bring the sumbitch with you. How difficult is that?
It's right, exactly.
Damn.
He doesn't have to sit in the front. He can sit. He can sit in the back of the plane. There's no.
No.
He wants to ride shotgun.
Drag it along. Little dog collar. Come, here's Biscuit. Come. Sit, stay.
You're absolutely right, Bill. That is so stupid.
That is your president, sir. That is your
ain't
president.
My damn president.
Yes, he is. Like it or not.
But even his Supreme Court tells him. His Supreme Court tells him to bring him back, and he goes,
nah.
And he tries to say, I respect the Supreme Court.
Well, just because he says something doesn't mean. By the way,
he
speaking
don't
of that,
respect anything but the almighty dollar.
I watched. Did you guys happen to watch Real Time with Bill Maher the other night?
I didn't get a chance to.
I don't
Okay.
like Bill Maher anymore. Nope. I'm not watching Bill Maher after that friggin' incident. He's dead in my life.
So, Bill, I'm going to note that down as a no. That was a no.
Take
Go
that
ahead.
as a no.
Yeah, we're going to
Pretty
mark it as
much.
a no.
Take that as a
Captain
no.
Corporal. No, Corporal Captain. So anyway, so he spent about 7 minutes talking about. It's a deep cut. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't.
Yes,
Talking
you know it. If you
about
don't,
he had,
you don't.
That's right. He had dinner with Trump this week. Set up through his good friend Bob. You know him as Kid Rock.
That idiot.
It was interesting to hear Maher's take on it. I highly recommend you watch it. He did about 7 minutes at the top of the show about it, and what he called his book report. And one of the things that he came off that he was talking about was the fact that how much of an act what we see is a lot of it is an act. You know, he says, "Oh, he laughs in person. He's this, he's that, he's I." To which I say, "Look, anybody like that, I can charm the pants one on one. I can charm the pants off of anybody." But you know, uh, Bill Maher brought with him a list of 60 things that Trump has said about him negatively. And of course,
Girl.
he had Trump sign it. But
Sign it.
what I found really interesting was immediately after that. Now he normally starts the show, he does a monologue, and then he has one guest that he talks to one-on-one. Last night was Steve
Talk to
Bannon.
himself. Yeah.
Last night was Steve Bannon. And I will give Bannon this much. He stands for what he stands for. He's an idiot. Well, he's not an idiot. He's not anything close to an idiot. But obviously, I disagree with just about everything he says. But he's not stupid either. He is not stupid. But he is firm in his, where he is. Now, I think it's just, he's out from. That may very well be. And I'm not saying I agree with him pretty much on anything. But it was interesting. And then after that was over, they go over to the table where they have two people there, and for a half hour they discuss whatever they discuss. One of them was Piers Morgan, who I've got my issues with. Although sometimes he does make valid points. I will give him that much. And some other guy, I have no idea who he is, who is an author. It was the first time he was on the show. Hadn't met Maher until like that right then. And he just started off digging himself a hole. Sure, you're anti-Trump and whatnot, but, stay with the program, what we're talking about here. And it was Friday night's episode was mildly interesting. No matter what side of this stuff you're on, I think it's well worth watching that episode, especially if you're familiar with Maher. I'm not a fan of Maher anymore. I used to be. I still watch it occasionally. I see where it's going, and then I don't mind hearing things that I disagree with. It's just on how they're presented. And so anyway, I think it's a good episode to watch, especially for everything that's going on these days. And hopefully somebody gives Christy Nome the video, because I know she's busy running around doing cosplay. Look at me. I'm did you see the picture of her? Did you see the picture of her standing there with the two officers, and she's got a gun pointed at the other guy's head? She's holding the gun completely improperly. It's loaded. And the way she's standing there holding it, it's pointing right at the guy's head.
Jesus
the
Christ.
ice guy. Yes. That's your president, sir. Your president, your people. And valid points I've been hearing over the week was that the first term that Trump had, my goodness, they're coming in like we're giving away free hot dogs. Welcome aboard, everybody. Stop and drop in the comments. Say hello. Tell us who you are, where you are, why you're here.
Drop and roll.
Drop and roll. Are you
Fire
lost?
in the hole.
We're happy you're here.
They were obviously looking for something else.
These are not the drones you think they are.
No, that's it. These are not the drones you're looking for.
That's the one. That's the line. Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
bailing me out there.
Not a problem.
In his first administration, he had people there actually, on the guardrails and watching. They learned. Get rid of all those
Steering
people.
the ship.
Yeah, get rid of all those people. There's nobody in that administration now that gives a flying rat's behind about you, me, or the guy in between us. Absolutely not.
No.
Kennedy's out there going off about fluoride. How can you have too much fluoride?
Well, it's his pretty hair.
Okay. Do you know there are over 600 kids in Texas that have measles, which is more than all the transgendered athletes in the world? But guess which one they care more about?
Oh, they care more about the transgender one.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. You've got the number of transgender people. I mean, this number's been thrown around. It's minuscule. It is minuscule. And keep in mind, these players lose. There's a couple of cases that have been pointed out. This one's a runner or a swimmer or whatnot. And the Riley Gaines thing. She got upset. They tied for 7th place. 7th place. They didn't beat you by a whisker for first place. You came in 7th. Get up. Get out of the pool. You suck.
What you kidding? Somebody did you wear a life preserver?
I was going to say, did you
in the kiddie pool?
Did you swim with a life jacket on? Good God Almighty! Look, not every guy is good at something. Yes, men are physically, they have certain advantages, but there's plenty of little men. There's plenty of little men that get beat up by women on a regular basis. Aren't that athletically, they can't all be 6'2" like me. Well, and neither can these guys. Wah, wah. Yes, Bill. Yes, Bill.
I get beat up on a regular basis, too.
Can't hear you.
I know.
Exactly.
It's hammer
Try it
time.
again. I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you.
I said I get beat up on a regular basis. What are you bitching
You're
about?
married.
What?
You're married. It's different. It's different. You deserve it. You have it coming.
The question is, though, is your wife or is it a cat?
I signed up for it.
Well, you did.
Does it make
You
a
did.
difference? Does it make...
You signed the paperwork.
It's a pussy no matter what.
Right. So I mean, people being trans, it is what it is. It's a personal decision. Nobody's doing it at 12 years old. Maybe they're dressing like the opposite gender, but they're certainly not having the surgeries and all that. In the meantime, measles is a big deal.
Exactly.
Because show of hands, good or bad, how many thought measles were pretty much done with in this country?
I did.
I did. Yeah, we all had them as kids because we come from the Stone Age, and But good gravy, and meanwhile you got Kennedy out there, trying to figure out where to hunt down his next meal, his next bit of roadkill, and he's sitting there going on about fluoride is bad, and he's talking about 72 vaccines that kids get. They're not dying and going to heaven and getting the 72 versions. That's what you're confusing with. Kids get their vaccinations, like John's doing now. John's taking something. Oh no, that's his pen. That's his weather forecasting Sharpie.
That's by Sharpie.
Yeah, that's how John predicts the weather. And
another hurricane coming in.
Catch a hurricane as it comes.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, for those of us that have been through the measles, it's nothing. it's nothing to sneeze at. It's something to scratch at, but it's nothing to sneeze at. And it's I'm getting them laughing today. This is good. But this is
I
this
see
is
beer
complete.
bottles coming at the chicken wire fence with that.
This is completely preventable. There is no reason for any child now
For
to have measles.
reals?
For reals. I wouldn't
Seriously?
lie about it. Surely I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Gentlemen. Come on
That's
now.
fine.
Somebody.
Don't call me Shirley.
Thank you very much. Jeez. You gotta drag it out of them.
I was on ready for it.
I know you were. But stop and think about. Oh, but one of the other things Bannon said is, "Oh yeah, no, we're going to get him a third term. I don't care what the Constitution says; it's in there. We can do this." So,
No, he
whenever, presuming Trump is gone in, was it 29, January 29,
January
The-
20th.
the effects of this are going to continue
Oh,
for years and decades on.
It's going to linger like a case of herpes.
The people right now that are suffering because programs were cut indiscriminately and suddenly whatever treatments they were on were ended. Good point I heard during the week was, it's the pharmaceutical companies that do the research on the quote unquote popular diseases, the diseases that a lot of people get. It's the government that goes after the ones that few people get because they're not in it for the money. They're not trying to make a profit. You spend $1 billion on the first pill, and it doesn't cost as much after that. But the government goes out and digs deep into some of these situations that, okay, maybe it's only affects 1,000 people in this country every year. But if you're one of those 1,000 people, you want that taken care of. And that's what government research does. Which again, eventually, that spreads out and it helps in other areas, which I am not here to talk about because I can't. I'm not educated enough or educated enough to know what the hell I'm talking about. And I think 8.5 years of this show has proven I'm not educated enough to know what the hell I'm talking about. But people are suffering. People were on programs and they had devices installed. Suddenly everything is cut. And how many people have died or will die in the next month or so because of these sudden cuts? And,
A few.
Beg your pardon. A few. I thought you said something else. I thought to myself, we're doing that, are we?
Hey, now.
well, I got to tell you something. I've said this a couple of times, and I know that somebody's gonna say, "Hey, he's just making threats. He's just making threats." Look, if I lose my health care, if I lose the Medicaid, I admit, I've been on Medicaid now for, since the stroke. But I have so many things going on with me right now, including the fact I got a defibrillator in me.
Claire!
Yeah, exactly. But
I could go at any minute, and I hope so because I haven't gone in hours. Hey, yeah, that's a Rodney one. Sorry, John.
It's only going to be a matter of time before this old dog kicks the bucket. I am well aware, but I guarantee you, I'm not going alone. You take
That's me. That's me too. You think I'm going out by myself? Oh, hell no.
Hell no, exactly.
What are you gonna stab somebody on your deathbed?
Well,
anybody I can reach.
Exactly.
Stay out of reach.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry, kid.
It's not like you're at the gunfight, at a gunfight. you'll be lying in a bed somewhere.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah,
kids
but I'm
aren't
in
getting
Texas.
an inheritance.
I'll have to.
Yeah.
I got open carry.
Both of you will have the same final thought just before you drift off onto that ethereal plane. And that thought will be, Ed was right the whole time.
Oh,
Oh
hell
God, that
no.
will. No, that won't cross. Oh, no, that will not
That'll
cross
kill
my
you.
mind at all. And if it
Oh,
does,
yeah.
I'm going.
It will now. It will now.
I remember what my grandfather said to me just before he died.
Oh, do tell, Bill. Do tell.
He said,
You want to? We can back up and do that again. You want to do that again?
No, I don't
I
need
was
to.
gonna say why.
Yeah. We don't need you to, but I thought you might like a shot at redemption on that one. That was it was not good.
Oh,
No,
no,
but
I didn't say it was good.
Good.
there are people that are just as responsible. Well, I'm partially responsible for my condition, considering how I treated this out of shape body.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Kansas City is directly responsible for your condition.
Bill will go to his grave believing that.
Did you lose something out there?
That's it. This guy belonged to you? Oh, hell no.
For those of you new to the story, these two were in Kansas City. What was it? Last year? It was last year.
No,
For a
it's
ball
been,
game.
what,
2 years
3
ago,
years
wasn't
ago?
Was it 2 years? Okay. They were in
Yeah.
Kansas City for a ball game. Bill's at the hotel. Cops or hotel security shows up at the hotel door.
No, it's just two guys.
Just two dudes,
Just
yeah.
Guys. Oh, I always thought it was the cops.
No, it's just two guys.
No.
Well,
They saw me trip on the curb and fall flat on my face. Good Lord.
you would think that otter on your puss would have cushioned the blow.
You'd have thought so, but it didn't.
Apparently not. Apparently not. Where were we?
Weebles
talking
wobble
about-
and they do fall down.
We were talking about you guys dropping dead any moment now.
Thanks.
It's imminent. Let's face it. It is imminent.
Well, let's face it, look
Tick-tock,
what the
tick-tock.
VA is doing. You were getting pretty good care from the VA. Now they're gonna schnouz that up. I mean,
Excuse me, are we boring you, Ed?
A guy can't. He yawns once
I mean,
every couple of
I know the show is going a little slow, but come on now.
I told you I worked very hard. 3.5 days this week. Good gravy.
oh,
Come on.
pobrecita.
And I got to wake up at stupid o'clock tomorrow.
Pobrecito.
See.
So do I.
No, you don't.
The only thing I'm gonna wake up
For
in
me,
the
it is. I
morning
get up before the crack at noon.
I understand. You're an
we don't
inspiration.
want to hear about your cracks.
Bill is what I
They're
aspire.
everywhere.
Bill is what I aspire to in retirement.
When I grow up, I want to be just like him.
Do nothing all day and bitch all about it all day long. That's I can't wait.
Hey, I even lost 2 of my staff because of this stock market crap.
I understand. 260 days for me, but who's counting? Yeah, I mean, staff has been. We're here at the station. We're having massive cutbacks, and we've only got a few more weeks of the
That's
episode
your
back.
fault, Mr. CEO.
Not me. That's Mr. Mouse. He took the money and ran. It's very cheesy.
I hope he gets caught in a mousetrap.
I got to
Well-
go back down to the border and find some more staff.
He's being replaced by Speedy Gonzalez.
Who said that? Who
said
said that? Who said that?
Cards and letters. We don't have a PO box yet, but they'll find their way to us. John Shannon. That's who you send your cards and letters to.
They'll find a way.
Speedy Warner Brothers has had to put Speedy Gonzalez on the bench. They don't use him anymore, or Pepe Le Pew. People get
Oh, that is so ridiculous.
Andre, arriba.
Pepe Le Pew. Now, isn't it? Who
I
the
mean,
hell is
what are you
that,
supposed? What are you supposed to do? He was a Mexican mouse. Is he supposed to be? Hey, let's all go to the snack bar. I mean, come on. He's a Mexican mouse. Rapido. Let's run real fast. No, it don't work.
You should have just said movie ass.
You want to give us your take on Pepe Le Pew?
That little bastard
Well,
stunk.
That'd
Who
be
is it
me,
the hell that just is in Trump's cabinet that almost looks like Pepe Le Pew?
Pepe Le Pew.
with that skunk tail that she's got for.
I can't think of her name right now. Oh, that reminds me. I get to this in hour 2. Cash Patel at the hockey game. You guys don't care about hockey, but I do. Cash Patel was sitting with Wayne Gretzky, who is no longer Canada's hero. He has gone full MAGA. Canada hates him now. Alexander Ovechkin for the
Are you
Washington
serious?
Capitals. Yes, I'm very serious. Alexander Ovechkin tied, and the Capitals were playing the Islanders on Long Island last week, and Ovechkin scored his 895th goal, which put him past Gretzky. But who's been traveling with Gretzky the last few games? Because he was going to be there, when the record was broken. Cash Patel. They show a shot of Gretzky in the stands, and there's old bug-eyed Cash. What the hell are you doing there? I get that he plays hockey and he likes hockey, but why are you hanging out? You got no business being there. You're
Crash Patel. Yeah.
Crash Patel. We can talk, and I know. Look, these guys are big, huge hockey fans. Bill's been playing since he was a mere lad, since he was just a small puck. And by the way, for those of you watching, the bodyguard, John's bodyguard in the background there, that's the lovely and talented Diane. She is just waiting for us to do something to John so she can pounce because and she protects him. She takes care of him, and
She does a good job of taking care of him.
does a wonderful job.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, she's even waiting for the coffee to finish for your third cup of coffee, which I usually don't let you do.
Well, the operative word is let, but that's.
Excuse you?
That's a gong, kids and kittens. All right, we're going to wrap things up here for hour number 1. We will be back.
Was it?
Did you hear a gong?
Yes, a gong.
I didn't hear no gong.
I did too.
All right, you can do that funky accent of yours. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're at the top of the hour. So, kids and kittens, we'll see you on the other side.
You found Just Killing Time
I'm the hootin'est, tootin'est, shootin'est, bobtail wildcat in the West.
on Radio TFI. Join the conversation. You can reach the guys at 754-800-CHAT, 754-800-2428. On social media, search for Radio TFI USA. From a payphone, call collect.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Gotta love the Mounties. And
Ed does
Ed,
it every time now. It's just you can, you can count on it. Every time we come out of halftime, Ed's muted.
As I was saying to myself, welcome back to Just Killing Time here on the Radio TFI streaming networks. Of course, we'd love to blame it on Canada, soon to be our 51st state, depending on who you talk to. We're here where we've had our budget slashed. We've lost a ton on the stock market. We've been kicked out of our buildings. We're operating now out of an abandoned radio shack somewhere in the not great part of Queens. I'm Ed. One of them is John. The other one is Bill. And the other one is Diane. It's up to you to figure it out. We're here. It's hour 2. We're back doing whatever it was we were doing. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking around. Unfortunately, this is no joke. We don't have the phone this week. We would love to be able to open the phone lines and talk to all you fine folks that have tuned in. But if no matter where you're watching, no matter which platform, feel free to send a typewritten comment. We'll see it. We'll respond to it one way or another. Whether or not you'll be happy about it, hard to say. I'm going to go with no, but hey, you never know. These things.
you just
Don't hedge your bet.
Never know exactly.
Just before we took off there, we took our little break. We were talking about hockey. No, actually, we were talking about Cash Patel, but he was at a hockey game, and I'm
He's
not
a
happy.
hockey puck anything.
Yeah, John, was there an earthquake? Did the earth shift? You're a little off center there. You're a little far right.
Well,
Then
I
again,
had to take a break away from the desk for just a second.
Oh my! So if you can move over to your left a little bit, if you can. If you can't, we'll work it out. Meanwhile, while he does that,
How's that?
Bill,
that good
it is
for
what it is. It is what it is. Bill, you seem to be
It
quite
is.
relaxed there. I don't want to disturb
I
you.
are.
You are. Are we speaking too loud for you? Would that be? Do you need a nap? Is that what's going on? Because I'm certainly tired.
No,
I may yawn
no.
again, and I wouldn't want you to miss that because Bill is on top of every time I so much
I
as.
promise you, I will.
Exactly. I can count on it.
Well, we're going to get into, because this was already prepared and it made it through the purge here. I managed to sneak this out. We do have the on this date.
We got on this date.
Yeah, we don't have any graphics to go with it. We don't have any sound effects to go with it.
Everybody,
And we don't have a
along.
band, so sorry.
There's no band. There's nothing. It's just
Nope.
me reading. So here we go. On this date,
It's already good.
we commemorate things and events that happened and birthdays and all that. So on this date, April 13th, in 1796, the first elephant arrives in the U.S. from India. That was going to be a lot funnier with the sound effect.
And he was brought in by plane to JFK International.
On this day in 1954, the Milwaukee Braves' Hank Aaron played in his first major league ball game. How about that, huh?
That'll teach
1960. That'll learn you. In 1965, on this day, the Beatles record their hit single "Help." I need somebody help. Not okay, fine. On this day in 1970, Apollo 13 announces, "Okay, Houston, we have a problem here." As a beach-built oxygen tank explodes en route to the moon. We all remember that. We all saw the movie, right? Didn't we see the movie?
Yes, I saw the movie.
We actually had the actual radio transmission of Houston, we have a problem. Again, locked in the vault. Can't access it now.
Bummer.
It's
Dang.
excuse me. On this day in 19
No.
Excuse me.
Hairball?
This day in I beg your pardon?
Hairball?
I thought I'd choke a little. On this day in 1997, it was the rare doubleheader played in the same city. San Francisco Giants versus the Mets and the Oakland A's versus the Yankees in New York after rain the previous day, which would be odd bit of scheduling because normally the Yankees and the Mets aren't scheduled at home at the same time. So that was really weird. Boy, oh boy, nothing from you guys. Just nothing.
We're
Born on
just
this day,
listening intently.
born on this day in 1743,
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson. I'm sorry, are we having let's all wait while John has a conversation.
I wasn't talking to anybody.
Oh, okay. Thomas Jefferson, your third president of the United States, was born. And Bill shaking his head. He disagrees with that fact. Born on this day in 1852.
No.
Frank Winfield Woolworth, founder of Woolworth and Company.
Five and dime guy?
A five and dime.
Yeah,
They do-
F.W. Woolworth.
F.W. Woolworth. That's him, Frank Winfield. I guess you guys have been in a Woolworth before?
Yeah, a couple times.
Couple times. Okay. Born on this day in 1866, Butch Cassidy himself. Nothing.
Far
Nothing.
out, man.
Anybody know what his real name was? What his actual government name was? Robert Leroy Parker.
Butch Johnson.
It
Butch
wasn't
Johnson.
the Sundance Kid, huh?
No, he was Butch Cassidy. He was Butch Cassidy.
That was his buddy.
Stay with the group. We did manage to sneak this one out. Born on this day in 1923, Don Adams.
Da, 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 da,
Missed
da,
it by
da, da.
missed it by that much.
We snuck that one out of the vault. Turning 74 years old today, Max Weinberg. You may remember him as a drummer for the E Street Band, Bruce Springsteen. He was also the
Yeah.
drummer on the Late Night
Oh.
with Conan O'Brien, Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7.
Huh.
Born on this day, turning 49 today, head coach of the Detroit Lions. Dan
what the
Campbell.
hell?
turns
Campbell,
49.
yeah.
And I missed one here. Huh.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is a personal problem. Also, turning 37 years old today, and certainly a member of the Forever 21 Club. It's Allison Williams. She was in Girls, Get Out, Peter Pan. And normally we'd play a nice little piece of music here. But Allison Williams, by the way, daughter of Brian Williams, former NBC newscaster. Anyway, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. That's it, kids. It's really not the same without the effects.
That was the best job of improvising
kinda
I've
not.
heard.
It's really not. So let's hope this passes in the next couple of weeks and we get access to the vault. And
As long as it's not gas, let it pass.
well, there you go. Once again, for those of you that have joined us here on, please feel free to comment if you're on the YouTube or X or Facebook. If you're on X or Facebook, please come on over to YouTube at Radio TFI USA. Join us over there, like and subscribe. You don't have to hit the notify button. We're here every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Well, not next Sunday. Next Sunday, we go celebrate Bunny's spitting out chocolate eggs. Anybody have a clue as to where? I seriously, I do not know. Where did rabbits and bunny and chocolate eggs? How did that become part of Easter?
Just
Cadbury.
something to do with spring. I don't know.
I just, it's something that's haunted me for these many years.
I'm
You know.
just guessing that it was more to do with the beginning of spring. Easter kind of escorted
Excuse me.
spring.
I really don't know. I really don't know, and I would like an answer. Anybody out there know? If you know, join us. Tell us. We'll be happy to. We'll keep you anonymous or synonymous, whatever the case may be. Oh, by the way, we were speaking earlier.
Synonymous.
Synonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Frosted Brooks is here. Oh, synonymous. Pulled something up. Synonymous. This goes back to a couple things we were talking about in hour one, but I just want to get it out there. Trump said every one of the 5 million protesters last weekend were paid $1 million each by George Soros. That's $5 trillion. The
Yeah.
lies are easier when your supporters do meth instead of math.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Oh,
Go
by
ahead.
the way, did you
Bye-bye.
you hear that Trump wants to have a birthday parade here?
Oh, yeah. I get a feeling I feel a video coming on. I feel a video coming on. I
Jimmy
can feel it.
Fallon wants to tell us about it.
It's washing all over me now.
Well, guys, I saw that President Trump is planning a giant 4-mile military parade in Washington to celebrate his upcoming 79th birthday. Yep, Trump wants a full military parade for his birthday, so there will be tanks, fighter jets, and our most dangerous weapon, a self-driving Tesla. It's nice to know that the money we saved cutting the CDC, Social Security, and Department of Education went towards throwing a child's birthday party.
There's going to be bouncy houses. There's going to be a petting zoo. Water slides, you bet.
It was actually supposed to be a surprise party for Trump, but someone at the White House added a reporter to the group chat by accident. Yet the parade will be 4 miles long. The organizers asked Trump if he wanted to walk in it, and then everyone laughed and laughed. Meanwhile, Trump just announced that his annual physical exam will be this Friday. Yep. Trump's colonoscopy is expected to be 4 miles long and will celebrate our military strength. Yep, Trump's not in the best physical shape, but
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's very interesting. That a draft dodger, 5-time draft dodger, wants a military parade. Because we're cutting waste all over the place, but let's spend however many millions of dollars, not to mention what we're spending to send him to play golf.
92 million, I thought they
Is
said.
it 92? I thought I had seen that number somewhere. And
Yeah.
let's not forget every weekend playing golf, and he's leaving on Thursday, coming back Tuesday. So
yeah,
this is what you voted for, kids. As when all of you MAGAs are sitting in the unemployment line, which is now taking longer. Why? Well, those are state things, but that'll trickle down to where that takes forever to do as well.
Oh, sure.
And sit there and cry a river,
yeah.
about all you.
I want to
folks
hear
that
you
are out of
say,
work.
"Where's my entitlement?"
The price of eggs. Who cares about the price of eggs? Nitwits. It was always there's a bird flu. That's why the price of eggs were up. My God. You're also conditioned to just listen to what you hear on Fox News and Newsmax and OAN and all that nonsense. You don't dare get your information anywhere else. At least try to get it somewhere else. No. You'll just sit there. Oh, did you see the cabinet meeting the other day? Thank you, great leader. Without your, they did the kiss his ass circle again. Apparently, it was a cabinet meeting that just kind of popped up. They all happened to be there, and they went once around the table with telling him how great he was.
Oh yeah.
So all you people that voted for him, you can kiss my big white Irish ass or the Italian side, whichever you prefer. I have a preference, but I won't tell you.
Draw an X and go.
There you go. You have at it.
They can kiss my furry fat ass.
That's
How's
right.
that?
But first, you got to figure out which end it's on because they're both.
You know what? But you know what? I'll even shave mine so it don't tickle you when you kiss my ass.
Boy, that is just mighty nice of you. How can you turn that offer down?
That has got to be the most giving thing I have ever heard of.
What a guy!
The most sanctimonious. The most.
I'm telling you.
The most. I can't even come up with the right word for it. This is so. I feel the love. I feel like
synonymous.
Like it's there's a word that's synonymous with it.
Synonymous.
I feel like the word is waffle.
By the way, this was one of your favorite segments back in the weeks ago.
You mean when we had money?
Yeah, when we had money, I thought I'd bring it to you nonetheless.
Among the MAGAs, a lack of education is common, leading to a limited understanding of the world around them. This undereducation fuels their reliance on misinformation and conspiracy theories as they struggle to differentiate facts.
You go.
MAGA's in the wild. Bill has stepped out for a moment. We will continue on without him. We will struggle to continue on.
How can we do that? How can we
I
do
don't.
it?
I'm still trying to get past. He'd be nice enough to shave his ass so it doesn't tickle. that one.
I had to find the shaving cream.
Of course you did. It's probably the nice smelling one too. It's
it's for that closer shave.
Sure. You're nothing if not one of the more considerate butt shavers that I've ever met.
I'm considerate.
You're very considerate.
Now, and you just add this on to Bill being one of my favorite bridge builders. I mean, it's there you go. It took a second. It took a second to get there. It had to pass through the time portal that is Texas.
Exactly.
I heard something kind of funny here on MSNBC earlier. They were talking about as Bill likes to call him, Speed Racer, and they're talking about him making some appointment or doing something or whatever, and whoever was on the MSNBC anchor there made the point of saying slow roll. I'm thinking to myself, damn, these people actually have a sense of humor here.
Oh, they're not afraid to, depending on who it is. You want to see something when she gets off now. Nicole Wallace, her word is batshit. When she's really feeling it, you will hear her come out with they're batshit crazy. And the first time she did it, she was very apologetic for like weeks and weeks. Now, no, that's her go-to. That's her
let her rip.
No, that is her word now, and it's funny when she does it because she's building up. She's building up, and hey, by the way, just to take a quick for everybody that's watching and listening to us now, I want to thank you very much. You can watch and listen to us on the Radio TFI app. Go to your app store, look up Radio TFI. You'll see the big yellow logo. Once you download the app, you can listen to us live. You can watch us live. You can watch the old videos. You can listen to the old shows. Also, we play fantastic music 22 hours a day.
Oh,
the other two is a repeat
memories and more.
That's right. 10 a.m. every Monday through Friday. We play an encore. We have an encore presentation of the most recent show. And there's just a lot of good. If you want a good music station, that's what we're doing on there. That's the Radio TFI app. Go to your store, your app store, and it's there, and we'd appreciate it. Or keep watching and listening the way you're doing it. We appreciate it either way. Or you can go to www.radiotfi.com. You can watch us there. Information on how to get the app. We haven't updated the site in quite a while, but everything you need is there. I promise you. Even Bill can manage his way around there.
You promise?
I promise.
I appreciate you promise.
Bill's just thinking to himself now, challenge accepted. Hold my beer.
Well,
what's an app?
Yeah, believe me, I have tried to walk these two through technology. Good. Look at this face.
Kidding me?
Look at this face of mine. I'm 26 years old. These two have aged me 40 years.
Oh my God.
I'm a man in his prime. They have just taken it. They've sucked all the life out of me.
down early.
And he didn't shave that. No.
Speaking about wonderful
hell no.
music, as a
Speaking
matter
of-
of fact,
Speaking of what, John?
wonderful music.
Yes.
You can hear all kinds of stuff like this here from
Here we go.
1979.
I knew
The
he was
top
gonna...
10 songs from
We're
1979.
gonna get kicked off
How
the
many
air
do
now.
you remember?
You're in love with a beautiful woman. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Looking for some hot stuff, baby, this evening. On that I will survive. Reunited, and it feels so good. Yeah, you want my body, and you think I'm sexy. Freak out. You freak so chic. Bad girl. Give it up. Such a dirty mind, I always get it up. From the touch of the younger kind. My, whoa. My, Sharona.
You can hear wonderful stuff like that on Radio TFI. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Just have no videos there like the woman who's showing her cleavage, though, unfortunately.
No, we just play the music. We play the
But-
full songs. We don't. But if you like music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, it's there. We don't have to put out a little video. Look, I'm not opposed to showing my cleavage, but not for that. Not for that.
Could you
I'll
put
show
her
my
picture
cleavage.
back up on the screen?
Don't
Can you
do it.
put her picture back up on the screen? Because I need to get some cash out of that ATM.
As a matter of fact, Bill, this is what she actually said to you when you were mentioned
Your
that.
penis is too small.
Excuse me?
It doesn't, and it just, it can't. And I can't. And it's just too damn small.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe your vagina's too big?
Yeah, go.
All right, so all those new folks that are watching us today, we appreciate you being here, and that we'll
That just
we won't ever
left.
see you again. Yeah, we'll never see you again, but
no.
And,
boy,
Are you kidding me? They love this stuff. They absolutely love this stuff.
Well, that's I think that's a debate we're gonna have in about half an hour.
Let me know how that works out for you.
In about 32 minutes, there's going to be a heated debate on that.
Let me know how that works out for
And
you.
sometimes the post show is a lot better than. But anyway, yeah, we.
Did
we've
you
got
notice the other day that the Dodgers were at the White House to meet Donald Trump?
You mean what's his name? Oh, Shohei Ohtani.
And Shohei Ohtani wasn't there.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
He was hiding in the back because they knew he's going to deport his ass.
He leaned up. Trump shook his hand. Trump shook his hand.
He didn't know who he was. Trump didn't know who
Oh,
he
I don't
was.
doubt. I don't doubt for a second Trump had no clue who he was. But I'm sure somebody said the tall Japanese guy. He's number one Joe, and because Trump always wants to be by the brightest star, since he's such a dullard. Dullard. There's a word you don't hear every day. Mm-hmm.
It's a word I've never heard.
Kind of like gams.
You never. Why must you keep doing that? Don't do that, Bill. Seriously.
What do you do?
Nobody knows but Bill and I. But there's still no. This is.
Nobody knows, but the shadow
Okay.
knows.
The shadow knows. But you never know.
Nobody
You never know.
knows
The trouble I've seen. Nobody knows.
But Gilchrist.
That's right. Even Gil Christ got booted out. Oh, it's sad.
Oh
It's sad.
no.
Oh yeah, he's gone from a homeless guy in a nice office to a homeless guy on a loading dock. It's
At least they gave him a loading dock.
for those of you not aware, Gil Christ is Jesus's cooler older brother, hipper older brother. Is a story with Gil
Did
Christ.
they at least give him a fatty before he left?
Okay, keep your dirty stories to yourself. Okay. I took the car to the
No,
mechanic.
wait a
He
minute.
told me
Wait a minute. I'm trying to. You're saying he was Jesus's older brother?
He is Jesus's older cooler
Was it
brother.
from another mother? Is it
It's hard-
from another mother? Because apparently she was supposed to have been a virgin at the time.
You'd have to talk to Gil Christ about that.
So she must have been from Mexico.
You have to talk to Gil about that.
Well, I guess you can't call Joseph a mother effer.
Look,
Were you afraid?
Look, I will tell you this much: Gil is still upset that his brother took off for 3 days to party and never told him where he went. Then shows up looking like death warmed over. 3 days later.
Well, at least he was warmed over.
Let's see. This is day 3 of this shit.
Oh,
so you were
Sam
12
Kinison.
guys. They're all losers.
Sam Kinison. That was one of the best bits ever. Mrs. Jesus.
I'm the only savior that can use his hand as a whistle.
Oh, we miss
dear
Sam Kinison. I wish we had the vault. I don't know what John's accessing here.
Well,
He's finding videos strewn around the street, the stuff they threw out the window, and they have armed guards at the entrances
Johnny's
now.
digging through the dumpsters
At the Radio TFI Executive Tower. They've put up fences. There's armed guards. They're pointing guns at us. It's crazy.
It's gonna end.
Really?
He's so
Really?
fire in the hole for all I care.
Yeah, just watch which hole. That's all I ask. And don't be creating no new holes. Oh, man. How is it I put up with you guys? I just don't understand. I'm looking at my script
You're
here
just
like
lucky,
I got
I
it.
guess.
I'm done. There's no. Yeah. What would I do without
Script.
you
Who
two
needs a
guys?
damn script?
Clearly, I don't. There's very little on it. This one just managed to make it out. That's the birthdays. That's
You did yourself a favor.
I snuck it out, and you don't want to know where I rolled it up. I rolled it up this way tightly, and
unrolled it and wiped his ass with it.
I rolled it up like this, but in a much tighter spiral.
Wow, man, that's the biggest joint I've ever.
Oh wow, man! Fire that up.
You know who John sounds like when he does that? What's her name? The Muppet. I just had her name. She's the member of the Dr. T. Not
Excuse
Phyllis.
me?
Janice. Janice. Of course, it's Janice. She's
okay.
She's with Floyd, the guitar player. She's part of Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. She has no eyes. Her hair covers her out, man. It's I guess you kind of had to be there. Once again, feel free, send some comments.
I
Do
wasn't
something,
there.
please.
Yes, you did.
I wasn't there. That's all I can say about it.
Anyway, what else we got going on, boys? Who else wants to talk about something?
Who else wants to talk about something? Well, here's something you can talk about.
Oh no, I don't want videos.
Well, you can talk about it when it's done.
if you ever get it
Hey,
started.
The dumbest inventions in
You
history.
left him. You left
The
him in
baby
charge.
cage. Invented in the 1920s, this metal cage hung outside apartment windows to give babies fresh air. Parents would place their babies inside and just hope for the best. Safe to say, it didn't last long. The motor wheel. Invented in the 1930s, this was a one-wheeled motorcycle that strapped to your back. It looked futuristic but was impossible to control and super dangerous. The radio hat. Invented in the 1940s, this was a portable radio built into a hat so you could listen to music on the go. The problem? It was huge, ugly, and barely worked. Drivable roller skates. Invented in the 1950s, these were gas-powered skates that could hit 20 miles per hour. Sounds cool, until you realize they had no brakes. The flying...
Yeah.
There you go.
The radio thing reminds me of, and you two are old enough to remember the first portable, and I use that word loosely, portable cell phones that were part of you had a backpack.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, that's the first time go ahead, John, do your bad accent.
Well,
It was basically an old walkie-talkie from World War II.
yeah, there you go.
Minus the whip antenna. That's the only thing that was missing was the big whip antenna.
Exactly.
When I saw the guy there in the big wheel thing, that's the first thing that came to mind was when Ed told me he bought himself a bicycle.
Men in Black.
Ed said that I remember him telling me he was going he bought himself a bicycle, and I'm thinking, he's going to be riding down the streets of New York City with a frickin' bike, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, if I was a praying man, I'd have been praying for you.
You thought I had bought a penny farthing when the one with the big wheel in the front and the itty bitty tiny wheel in the back.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
There.
I mean, I will admit that riding a bike here in this godforsaken town can be challenging, although we're getting more and more bike lanes, segregated bike lanes, which is good. But by the time they have it to the point that I'll be interested in using it, I'll be gone.
This whole thing.
Segregated bike lanes?
That doesn't surprise me none. They're
We're
doing
gonna have the
some of
black
that in
riders and the white riders going. Well, I thought we got rid of that.
Oh, brother.
Hey, thank you, Emily Latella. What's all this about eagle rights? They're birds. They don't. Oh, never mind. Hey, caramba.
You know what they're doing up in Minneapolis? They were actually putting these blocks that they have for medians or whatever you want to call them there to block off the bicycle lane.
Right.
Jeez.
Well, look, you have a lot of people, especially in this city. Most of the people that live here don't own cars, especially in Manhattan. And we have these things called city bikes, stations all over the place. You rent the bike for an hour, a half hour, whatever. I've only done it once. And then you just drop it off at any one of these other stations. There's one directly across from where I'm sitting now. They've got them all over the city, or a lot of places, but especially in Manhattan. And it is a great way to get around. You hop on the bike, you pedal wherever you got to go. You drop the bike off, you're done with it. But more and more people, it's not just for bikes. It's also for people in motorized wheelchairs and the like, and all that good stuff. And when it's segregated, which means they put up a physical barrier to keep the cars from intruding in that lane. And sometimes what it is on the curb lane is the bike lane, and then the next lane over is parking. So you've actually had parked cars that create the barriers. and it works out very well. It's still dangerous because people are
Somebody
nuts.
opens their car door.
Well, no, there's a buffer. There's actually a buffer in most of these spots between where the car would open the door and
Michael Buffer.
and you. What's that?
Michael
Michael.
Buffer.
Michael Buffer.
Do it. Do it. Do the impression. Go ahead. You got the voice for it.
Let's get ready to
Not you.
rumble.
Not you, the other clown. Come on, Bill. Do it.
Let's get ready to rumble.
You asked for
Yeah, but
You asked for it.
But not that close to the mic. Our sound system isn't good enough for that.
Damn thing was sparking.
Ah, yeah. There's I got smoke coming out of
Uh,
look.
Hey,
look,
once you let the smoke out, you can't get it back in.
look. We're not working off the full studio here. I've got 16 cans and about 2 miles of string here. So
That looked like it hurt,
You
Ed.
shouldn't. Be careful what you ask for next time.
I will not disagree. I will not disagree.
Exactly.
I should be very careful because let's face it, you're kind enough to shave your ass for me, so why wouldn't I?
What? There's a Red Hulk?
And I want to know if you're using the razor that's safe for your balls too as you're going by it. Or...
Is
They
there
have
such a
these.
thing?
Yeah, there is.
I wouldn't know.
There's an electric
Yes,
razor
there
that
is.
Not
they're
know.
advertising. There's an electric razor they're advertising. You can run all over your ass.
I
all
can't
over
remember
your-
what. Yeah, haven't you seen the commercial where there's the two guys with this big afro and beard and two little short guys, and they're like, "Ah, don't let your boys go wild."
Oh, I have. It's been a
This
while,
new
but that
shaver,
sounds familiar.
I can't remember.
Sorry, nobody's
Yeah, I
getting
think it was a Super Bowl commercial.
There's only been one time that anybody got close to the boys. That's when I was being prepped for surgery.
One
I was
time.
so doped up. I was like, oh yeah, cool. You know,
What, they were cutting open your chest and they're shaving your nards?
they shaved everything but my arms, and I mean that. And the top of my head, they shaved my chest, which I expected. They
But
shaved
your
under my
arms are much closer to the incision site than your gonads.
They shaved both of my legs,
You
even though
never
they only
seen him when he does this. I mean,
they shaved both of my legs, even though they were only taking it out of
Yikes.
one. And then they got down to the boys, and the guy was very gentle and very discreet about it. But again, I was so doped up at that point because, you know, they were getting me all ready for the surgery. So I'm lying there and I'm having a conversation with him. He's being very delicate with the sheet. He's, you know, moving it and being very discreet, and you know, and he just went. Of course, I'm a babbling idiot at this point, more than normal, because I'm all doped up. They got me on 6 different kinds of anesthesia. I've taken pills. They've given me needles, and I haven't even sucked in the gas yet. Sure, you want to shave around my boys? You go right ahead. And that's the only way I would have let somebody shave around my boys.
make sure you bring the baby powder.
Because I'm
That
teabagging somebody after this.
I was in no condition. I couldn't barely sit up. I'm trying to lean my head up. You know, I'm just goofy. I'm giddy. And there's a guy shaving my nether regions, the Netherlands, so to speak. And no,
The
I wouldn't.
Netherlands.
The Netherlands. That's my people. It's my homeland. Yeah, no. not
Careful,
from-
Trump's coming for it.
The boys.
Yeah. Yeah, because we've first we got to unload Mississippi. Then we think about Greenland doesn't want any part of us. Good gravy. Why would they? Why would they? They get
I don't even think you can find Mississippi in the Blue Book.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what the hell they'd want to do with Greenland though. Have
Well,
you
there's probably
seen? Have
there's
you
mineral.
seen that? Oh, my good Lord!
Yeah, it's full of snow.
No, thank you. What do you think I left
Yeah, he's
Minnesota?
got the Space Force. The Space Force is based there.
Well, we might get possession of Panama too. So who knows?
John, fix your mic. Yeah, let's go down. And now they think the Chinese are defending Panama. The Panamanians own the Panama Canal. We gave it. We signed all that over. It's a done deal. We went in. We finished the job that
Won't
we
stop
finished the job
Trump.
that we finished the job that the French couldn't do, and then we gave it back to them. Unlike the Chinese,
There's
who,
a shock.
and now we want to take it back. It's not ours to take back. None of this is. None of this is. And it is the Gulf of Mexico.
It is the Gulf of Mexico.
Bill?
Yes, it is. And it has been since 1565.
I want to hear you say the word, sir. What's it called? Bueller.
The
Bueller.
Gulf of Mexico?
Thank you very much.
Bueller.
Yeah, we've taken care of all that.
Trump may be mad now. Of course, I don't think he's ever opened an encyclopedia in his life, but
please,
I've heard that Encyclopedia Britannica has made it known that they are not going to call that body of water the Gulf of America.
Good for them. I mean, there are a lot of. Well, look, it was the Associated Press said no, we're going to keep calling it. Now they got banished from the press room and all. This is tin can dictator stuff. This is the pettiness. Remember, the cruelty is the point. When you look at this poor bastard down in El Salvador, could we get him back? Sure, we could. Shouldn't have been there to begin with. Let's but it's about being cruel. You got brown skin, or your name ends in an O or a Z or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. We don't have time for it.
You're either getting bombed or you're getting swept off the streets of America.
It is
pretty much.
And then they're going to dump you in a country like El Salvador and go, it's out of our hands now. We can't find them. And again, as it starts happening to the MAGA people and their friends and relatives, and let's not forget, a lot of these folks own farms and all that. They use a lot of migrant work. They own construction companies, and they've gotten to know a lot of these people over the years. They're getting swept off the street. The ones that are still showing up for work, by the way. How many projects are now woefully behind because nobody shows up for work because they're afraid. They're petrified. You got Christy Noam out there.
Roofers.
Yeah. You got Christy Noam out there playing a cosplay with guns and all that. This is, and I will say this, I'm getting a kick out of every time I see Marco Rubio. He really looks like an 8-year-old who knows he did something bad. He's just waiting to be punished for it.
Yeah.
He looks like that every time I see him now. He knows it's coming. And
well, every time I see him, I think what Trump called him all during the campaign.
Marco.
Baby Marco.
Little Marco.
Little Marco, excuse me.
Remember, he was my senator.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I still haven't quite gotten over that. I didn't vote for him. I had nothing to do with it. Oh, by the way, did you see out in L.A. this weekend? Who was out there? It was Bernie and, come on, y'all
was
know.
AOC in that too?
You bet her sweet ass it was. She was.
Oh my!
I think Bernie's got a thing for AOC.
And can you
Wouldn't
blame him?
you?
I do. She was wearing light blue jeans and a long sleeve white man Taylor shirt. Oh, I am just
Clean
That's
up
why
on aisle
Bernie
4.
follows. That's why Bernie follows that on stage.
I'll tell you what, I would. I would. And she wouldn't even have
Be
to
right
shave it that
behind you the
close.
whole way, baby.
I'm right.
No,
I'll stand right behind you. You're somebody I can get behind. There's no question about that. I love her smile. I love her eyes. I
That
think
is
she's
a beautiful smile. Man.
she
I will
is. She has a
tell you that.
beautiful face. And there's video of her from college in a music video. Oh, I'm just smitten with the young lady.
me
And I
on the
can't.
other hand,
You got Ronnie Jackson. Ah!
calling Ronnie Jackson's office all
yeah.
week. That was hilarious. The first day I called, I asked him, I said, "Is there some reason the congressman can't do a town hall?" And I got a Now I have since called the office in Washington 4 times, and I guarantee you it's the same kid that has answered the phone every time. Now, did I feel sorry for him when I went off on him? Yeah, but that'll teach you to answer the damn
Why?
phone.
He's getting paid to deal with that.
I called. I asked him. I said, is he a coward? I said, and as a Navy veteran, that reflects poorly on me because he was Navy. I said, and that reflects poorly on me. I said, so if the man is a coward and won't do a town hall, please let us know. It's a simple answer, yes or no. Well, if you get the newsletter, I said, you know what? I don't get the newsletter. I don't want the newsletter. I want the answer from the congressman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can I get your name and zip code I thought, what do you need my zip code for?
Wants to know if you're actually one
You
of the
think I'm lying
constituents.
to you that I'm one of your Yeah, what do you think I'm lying about that? God knows I wished I could lie about him not being my congressman.
I was
I'm
going to
trying
call.
to- Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to call AOC's office because I am one of her constituents, but
You
I
were
was
keeping
afraid she-
your fingers and toes
I
crossed.
can hear the guy.
You could,
This
do a town
congressman, we got a
hall?
guy on the other end that has asthma.
But I was
There's a
afraid
guy
she
on the
would
phone that
answer.
has asthma. He's just breathing hard.
I was afraid she would
Oh,
answer.
she
and
ain't going to
know what
answer the
say.
phone.
And I don't need to be put on that stalker list again.
Your
You just got
reputation
cleared last
precedes
week.
you.
I'm sorry, John. What was that again?
Your reputation preceded you.
That's what I'm afraid of. I would. I'm not. I'm usually very confident in my speaking, but I think if I met her, I'd be able to speak to her. But I would be very. It would be very much a distraction.
Yeah, I
because
can hear it.
Hamana. I find her
I can
very, very.
Yeah, Miss Cortez. This is Ed Van Ness. Mr. Van Ness says, blah.
I find her physically appealing, and I would be just like staring at her. She has those beautiful, beautiful eyes, and that perfect little nose, and a smile that could light up a room for
And then this
eons.
big hammer comes out.
Whack-a-mole, whack-an-ed.
Ed, you better
That's
think about putting a diving board on your table there, because you got a puddle of drool going so big.
But let's not forget before
Stay out of the deep end.
Before I get off this subject, so to speak, let's not forget that adorable little voice of hers, which
Yeah.
I find so delightful. I really can't listen to her for long because it really does. It's like, this is just too cute. And I'm not that kind of person, but come to her, I'm just a big blob of jelly. I'm happy she's my representative. She does an excellent job, and it doesn't hurt that she's easy to look at.
But she's
Nope.
also doing
She's
a
on the
good
news and
job.
She's
doing a doing a
yeah,
good
yeah.
she's doing a good job, and she's also doing a good job of actually in what's the word I'm looking for? Motivating.
People, yes,
Yeah,
very much so.
exactly. I mean,
She's also, and this is the only thing I don't like about her. She's also engaged. I feel that is a character flaw.
So she's synonymous.
She's synonymous. She is.
She's synonymous.
Yes, she is. Yes, 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 yes.
goes to show she has good taste.
She's not engaged to me.
But Charlie
Damn it.
Stark is doing the good
That is
taste.
right.
It's
It tastes good too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With your cheap Phil Silvers imitation. Again, that's a deep cut that nobody outside of the three of us will actually understand. As we're coming around the clubhouse turn here, kids and kittens, we still got a few minutes left. Once again, I want to thank everybody for being here. Don't forget to
Hell
download the
yeah.
app. And download the app, the Radio TFI app. You can find it wherever fine apps are sold. And you can listen. You can go to SoundCloud if you're familiar with SoundCloud. We're there too. We're all over the place. We have a pod. You can find us on the podcast. Go to your podcast.
You can go
thing.
down
We
the
are-
bread aisle.
We're not in the bread aisle anymore.
Are we in the soup kitchen?
Not anymore. We lost access to that.
Oh,
We're in
Yeah.
we're in the freezer section. We're in the freezer section.
We lost that. I told you, John. We lost access to virtually everything. It's all gone. Now
well,
we got
I'll
a
be
couple of
damned.
weeks. You will be damned. I think we've established that. There's no question about that. But
It's pretty much.
I mean, unless the market comes back and Mr. Mouse comes back and opens things up for us again, and gets us squared
Yeah.
away. But right now it's not looking good. We're barely.
I see Mr. Mouse. I'm going to introduce him to Mr. Cat.
It's we're barely hanging on here at the abandoned radio show.
I got some for you.
Do you now? What do you got? He just said I got something for you.
He said he needs a cat. I said I got a couple here.
Oh,
I
got a couple of cats here.
got a
Take
cat
care,
here.
Mr. Mouse.
oh, he is. He's minutes behind here
All right.
in the conversation.
Welcome to the party.
Because I'm in that time. I'm in that time portal in Texas.
Yeah, no kidding. It's a regular time tunnel. Again, another deep cut. If you were alive in the '60s, you may or may not.
Ooh,
It's a deep one. And they always wound up in the same clothes. The same clothes.
Yes.
Oh. All right, we're sputtering to an end here, kids and kittens. We've run out of steam, but thank goodness
Yes,
we're mere
we are.
seconds away. We're
Who
mere seconds
says?
away.
Who
I
says we're out of?
Here comes the throw to the plate.
Now, did you hear
Holy
that?
cow, I think he made it.
He missed the tag. He missed the tag. He's safe. He's safe. He missed the tag.
All right, John, say your thing quickly.
All right. Thanks for joining us again. And remember, Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
That's going to do it for us, kids and kittens. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. See ya.
TFI